Welcome to Arby's. Order when ready, please.
I want the chicken club wrap.
We'd like the chicken club wrap.
The meal.
The meal.
What's it?
Small,
Unsweet.
medium, large,
Medium.
Medium.
Unsweet tea.
What's a drink?
Unsweet tea.
Alrighty, what else can I get for you?
I'll take a large roast beef sandwich.
Alrighty, half-pound roast beef.
I'm sorry?
Half-pound roast beef.
Half-pound roast beef.
Yes, that one.
Alrighty.
And then medium Coke.
Alrighty. You want that as a meal or just a sandwich and a drink?
Just a sandwich and drink.
Alrighty, what else can I get for you?
That'll be all.
Any sauce in the bag? Arby horse chicken chop?
Arby and Horsey, please.
Alright, ring to 1976. Hot chocolate is on. No, thank you.
Thank you.
And in drying it had shaped itself to his back. But you've already done what you should do, she said. You've told someone. You've told me. So now just leave it up to me to decide what's best to do. Would you do that, please? Just leave it to me. Wiping it enough.
There, 1926. Thank you. Is that for you? Just Arby's and Horsey for you?
Yeah.
You got it. Is that for you?
Yeah.
Just one moment for you.
All right. Kind of what?
Is your cup okay?
There you are. You can all sit there.
Thanks, Jeff.
I with the back of her hand. Chris nodded. Yeah? Yeah. Sure, yeah. That would be best. Trying to muster a smile, she added weakly. Thanks, Bob. Thank you so much. Are you feeling better now? Yes. And will you do me a favor? Sure. Come on. We'll out to see a movie. And then she sniffed and shook her head.
Did you order?
Nah.
Yeah.
Go visit a friend.
Just listen to the thing.
Chris, I got a friend right here. You bet. Now you get some rest. Will you promise? Yes, I promise. Karis had a thought, another question. You think Dennings brought the book upstairs here? Or was it already there? I believe it was there. Looking slightly aside, Karis nodded his head. I see, he said quietly. Then abruptly he stood up. Well, okay. You need the car back, by the way? No. All right. I'll be back to you later. Lowering her head, Chris said softly. Okay. Karis left the house and walked out onto the street with thoughts that raced and tumbled recklessly in his mind. Reagan killed Dennings? What madness! He envisioned her shoving him out through the bedroom window to hurtle down those long and steep stone steps, turning over and flailing helplessly until his world came to a sudden stop. Impossible! No! And yet Chris's near conviction it was so. Her hysteria. Well, that's exactly what it is. The priest tried telling him so. That's it. It's nothing more than hysterical imagining. And yet, Karis chased after certainties, like fallen leaves in the wind. As he was passing the precipitous steps beside the house, Karis heard a sound from below by the river, and he stopped and looked down toward the C&O Canal.